storm has passed, the time is now to go to bed. You can do it somehow. The storm is gone, and maybe it's not too long until you rest your head, get some sleep, try to dream of something sweet. Just fine. Tonight, gonna sleep just fine. Tonight, tonight. Storm has passed, the time is now to go to bed. You can do it somehow. The storm is gone, and maybe it's not too long until you rest your head, get some sleep, try to dream of something sweet. Got me, you got mom, got all the You can do it somehow. Storm is gone. Maybe it's not too long until you rest your head and get some sleep. Try to dream of something sweet. Ooh, you're gonna be alright. You're gonna sleep just fine tonight, tonight, tonight. You're gonna sleep just fine. Tonight, gonna sleep just fine. Tonight, tonight.
Hey there, folks. Adam going live to cover this multi-province blizzard and high winds and freezing rain and winter storm that is currently happening from Alberta to Saskatchewan to Manitoba and pushing into parts of northwestern Ontario as well too. So covering the prairie part of it for the most part today. We'll get into a little bit of the Ontario stuff as well too. But it's pretty busy across the country. Let's take a look at the Environment Canada alert map. It's a busy day. Hopefully everybody's doing okay. Just going to jump in the comments and say hi to everybody here. Hello, Jeff. Hello, Charlie. Hello, Emma. How's it going? Let's see here. Dark Chaser 8. What's up? We are live on YouTube. And we are also live on Twitch. So you can find it Instant Weather on YouTube, Instant Weather on Twitch. But we're also live on many Facebook pages right now. We're on Alberta Stormwatch, Instant Weather Alberta. We're on Saskatchewan Stormwatch, Instant Weather Saskatchewan. And we're on Manitoba Stormwatch and Instant Weather Manitoba. So we are live in 8 different locations at the moment. But thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. Appreciate it. We've got lots to talk about. There is your alert map. This big orange blob. Now, if you're familiar, Environment Canada has changed to color alerts. So no longer is it just yellow for watch and just red for warning. That's how it used to be. Those days are over. Now we're pretty much going to be yellow for everything, and then occasionally some orange, and very rarely are we going to have red. So red will typically be for tornado warnings. It'd have to be a pretty extreme, multi-day blizzard for it to hit red, I assume. Maybe hurricanes will hit red, and maybe extreme wind events. So winds. Although winds getting to 130 kilometers an hour, if you look at this wind warning here in southwestern Alberta, wind gusts up to 130 kilometers an hour. And we're only at orange. So I don't know what it's going to take to get to red. I mean, to be fair, that's going to make red stand out. Like when you see us post a red warning now, obviously, if you've been following our pages for a while, which you probably have, it took us a while to get to the point where we are now. So we fixed it. We're good. We're pretty much good. That when it's a yellow warning or a yellow watch, it will be, or a yellow advisory, it'll be yellow when we post it to our pages. Still to fix the app. There's an app update coming soon, so you'll see the alert bar at the top. It will reflect those colors on the new update, and also on Instant Weather Pro, we will be reflecting those colors too. So there was a lot of changes. We had so much stuff we had planned for development that we had to completely put on hold because Environment Canada decided to change everything. So, these things happen, so we have to roll with the punches. So I mean, like when you see a red tornado warning, red will stand out pretty good for the fact that there is no red pretty much ever anymore. It'll pretty much be all yellow, whether it's a watch or a warning or advisory. And then occasionally when things get pretty severe, they're going to go orange. And once in a blue moon, you're going to see a red alert. But, that'll make red stand out. The interesting thing, a little bit of a mind twist is going to be when there's a red severe thunderstorm watch or a red tornado, like if they're expecting a tornado outbreak, right? Like a red tornado watch, and then it gets replaced by a yellow severe thunderstorm warning. Not replaced, but you'll see like the yellow severe thunderstorm warning on top of the red watch. That part's going to be a bit weird. We'll cross that when we get there. Cross that bridge when we get there. But anyways, as you can see, all this orange is a blizzard warning across much of populated Saskatchewan into much of populated Manitoba. Extreme winds down here in the south of Alberta. Also, we've seen on radar, I'm going to jump to radar, there's extreme winds pushing into southwestern Saskatchewan at the moment, showing up on radar velocity at like greater than 100 kilometers an hour. Also, the weather stations are showing some really high wind gusts as well, too. So there's that. But yeah, huge, just a massive blizzard warning here. Multi-province blizzard warning. It looks like the blizzard warning hits the brakes right at the Alberta border. So over here in Alberta, we've got winter storm warning. So yellow winter storm warning. And then as soon as you cross the border, you go into orange blizzard warning. I don't think weather draws these perfectly straight lines, but hey, what can you do? It's all good. I think these are two different offices, right? So I believe this is all done. I think they do collaborate together, but the Winnipeg Environment Canada office is probably taking care of this, and the Edmonton office is probably taking care of Alberta. Maybe they're sharing info between the two of them and deciding on this, but this is a pretty straight line. A lot of people in Lloydminster trying to figure out if they're actually in the blizzard warning or the winter storm warning. I mean, you're in the winter storm warning on both sides of the border, but there's a blizzard warning right next door. So anyways, there's obviously some gray area here between the two. I see Cody on our team is posting. He's in Edmonton. He's probably got some thoughts on that. Anywho, so that's your blizzard warning there. It goes all the way through Winnipeg, through Brandon, Manitoba, all the way up through Regina, Moose Jaw, Saskatoon. It's all blizzard warning. Then we have freezing rain warnings all down in the south. Yellow wind warning in southwestern Saskatchewan as well too. And a bunch of places have freezing rain warnings and blizzard warnings at the same time. Like, we just take a look at that freezing rain warning. Whoa. By the way, 1,025 alerts right now. That is pretty wild. Where did my map go? Oh, I see. I have to scroll up. Here we go. So yeah, the freezing rain warning and the blizzard warnings overlap. It's kind of a mess, but hopefully, I think seems to be all working on our app. Let us know if there's an area that is not, but it seems to be all working now, even though the colors aren't perfect. On our free app, Instant Weather, it looks like they're all there. That's a lot of alerts, says Cody. Yeah, you got that right. You got that right. My goodness. Yeah. So kudos to Environment Canada being on this, and then also too, orange winter storm warning for northeastern and north central Ontario as well, and that's expected. Let's see here, 30 to 50 centimeters of snow beginning tonight. So that's going to start tonight as well too. So. Yeah, pretty busy. Also, too, a little bit of weather to talk about. Other than that, there is, I believe, a flash freeze warning. Yellow flash. Hard to say that. Everybody say flash freeze warning 3 times fast. Go ahead. I'll wait. There is a yellow flash freeze warning. I got to use a lot of diction when saying that. For areas east of Georgian Bay, so Parry Sound, Britt, up into South River, and just northwest of Petawawa, up here Deep River as well too. Yes, so there's that. And then you can see these dashed out lines now that they do on Environment Canada's website that represents watches, which is cool. And I think we can we'll replicate that on Instant Weather Pro as well, so that we match the fact that they have dash lines for watches now. That's kind of cool. I think we'll probably match that. Anywho, long story short, there's alerts in Quebec as well too. There's alerts, some alerts in British Columbia, but the main focus here, especially for this particular stream, is going to be the blizzard and the brutal conditions in Alberta right now as well too, and the winter storm warning over there. Let us know what you're experiencing in the comments. It looks like it's not great. Let's see here. Lots of roads closed in Calgary, and police telling everyone to stay home and off the roads. Kudos to meteorologist Alana on our team who posted about Calgary in advance of it getting brutal. So huge thank you to her with those updates that she's been doing all day and kicking butt with that kind of stuff. So yeah, so there's your alerts. It's pretty wild. I have the road conditions pulled up for Alberta, Saskatchewan, and Manitoba as well, so we can get into that. But you know what? Before I do that, let me jump over to Instant Weather Pro, and let's take a look at the radar here, because it is brutal. So here's Instant Weather Pro. Blue being snow, purple being freezing rain, yellow and green being yellow-green, and actually if we zoom in here, a little bit of red being heavy rain. I'm going to jump into the raw radars as well too, but overall the conditions look brutal. Let's start in the west here. Let's start with what Calgary's dealing with. It looks like it's starting to taper off actually for Calgary. It was brutal and now it is actually clearing up. Now, is there more behind that? I'm not sure. I don't think so, but it looks like it's starting to clear up there. You can see the yellow precipitation in that particular case was very heavy precipitation, very heavy snow. Some of the photos coming out of Calgary were just white. I don't know if somebody just took a picture of a white piece of paper, but it was pretty brutal. Airports is closed in Calgary. Thank you so much for that update. I appreciate it. Huge thank you to Linda for becoming a new YouTube member. Thank you so much. Appreciate the support. Thank you kindly. Huge thank you to those who send in stars through Facebook, which is kind of like a tip jar. And of course, those who send in super chats through YouTube and become YouTube members. We really, really appreciate it. Shauna says, what roads look like from Regina to Weyburn? Saturday? That's a good question. Or Wednesday. So to know what the roads are going to be on Saturday is a little bit far out. What I will do, though, is I'm going to go through some of the model data so we can kind of see what may be happening towards the weekend. But right now, we're just focused mainly on today being Wednesday, December 17th. And let's see here. What does Edmonton look like, says Shani. Let's see. Okay, so there's your, it looks like it might be starting to clear up. That doesn't mean necessarily the roads are going to get any better right now, but the zero visibility may start to clear up a bit. You could see some blowing snow still. And of course, there are still alerts in place for Calgary. Yeah, blowing snow advisory. So that makes sense. So still blowing snow with the strong winds. Let's go take a look at Edmonton. Edmonton, not as clear. Still precipitation in place there. And let's see how long that hangs out for. It looks like there is some clear air in behind it. I'm not sure how long that precipitation is going to hold on. By the way, if you are wondering, and you're actually wondering if I can answer the question of what time will the snow stop from my area? What time will the winds increase? What time will the winds decrease? What time will the freezing rain? And all of these questions can be answered on our free app. You can download it for free. It is called Instant Weather. You can see the name at the top of the screen there. Instant Weather. It is free. Go to the App Store, type Instant Weather, 2 separate words. Look for the white and blue icon. It is free. So I think there was an app called Insta Weather, and that was like $4. That is not us. We have a free app. Download it, punch in your location, and then you can check the hourly or the minute data to try to see when things are going to start, when they're going to stop for your particular area. So and if you ask me the questions and I actually do answer the question, I'm literally going to open up our app and go check the hourly and then tell you the answer. So you can bypass having me to do that if you actually just download our free app. So if you have our app, let us know if you like it, if you're enjoying it. And huge thank you to all those who have subscribed to upgrade the radar on the app and remove ads as well too. Huge thank you to those who do that, because without you doing that, the app would not be free for anybody else. But if we, on Instant Weather Pro, if you click off of a radar, then you get the mosaic that shows what the precipitation type is. And in this particular case, you can see Edmonton is in the snow. Drumheller's in the snow. Calgary is kind of out of the snow. There's a little bit to the west as well, but that should actually be pushing to the east now. Let's go look at this. Looks like Lethbridge is in it too. And again, extreme winds here in the south. If we click on the Medicine Hat radar, the Schuler radar, and I swipe over to the wind data, there are some wild winds with this pushing in towards, it looks like maybe some of them have weakened a bit, but they're heading on their way towards swift current. And there was some super high values in there. Let me actually just pause this here 1 second. Yeah, there were some really high values here. 109 kilometers an hour, 104 kilometers an hour, 109. Yeah, brutal winds pushing into southwestern Saskatchewan at the moment. Very, very heavy precipitation here. It looks like really heavy rain, especially if we look at it here, but that should be starting to mix into ice pellets and some freezing rain as well too, further to the north. Shauna says, what's the app? It's called Instant Weather. You can download it for free. I will put a link to it right here. There we go. Instantweatherapp.com, or just go to the App Store and search Instant Weather. It looks like this. Hold on, let me pull it up here. There we go. It looks like this. That's our app. So if you have that one, that's the right one. Funny, a CAA ad at the bottom. That makes sense right now. Okay. We're not sponsored by them. They just we just use like Google ads or something, and whoever buys them buys them. Okay, let me jump in the comments here. Peggy mentioning Alberta 511. We had a hard time actually to pull up the Alberta 511 website. It was down. It was like 502 gateway error. And I'm like, oh, great. I guess we can't show the road. It finally came back up. You know it. The roads are bad. If you go to look at 511 and the website has crashed, you might as well just stay home. If the website has crashed on 511, that means it's going to be brutal. Elaine says, love the app. Thank you so very much. Appreciate it. Thank you kindly. Hope I pronounced your name right. Elaine? It looks like it. Thank you kindly. Do you think these winds are going to cause flight delays coming in from Hamilton? I mean, it's pretty windy in Ontario at the moment, but nothing as substantial as it is to the west. So it depends on where you're coming in from. Let's see here. Oh, Raining in Ice Pellets by Lumsden, Saskatchewan. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Oh, the sun is trying to poke through here in Calgary. Yeah, it looks like it's starting to clear up. If we look at the raw radar data, which is up to date, it looks like it is starting to clear up there. So sun's starting to poke out in Calgary. Precipitation is pushing to the southeast. So Calgary is going to hopefully start to get better visibility-wise. Road condition-wise, we'll see about that. Let's jump over here into Saskatchewan. There is just weather going on everywhere right now. So look at this super heavy precipitation. And if we put that out, yeah, Regina's getting into freezing rain right now, which is not great. Moose Jaw, it looks like it could be freezing rain or super heavy rain at the moment. And then you have heavy snow to the north of that. Let's move this around and take a look. Saskatoon is in the snow. Let's go see what Saskatoon's dealing with. Yeah, not as heavy as what you're seeing to the south, but definitely pockets of quite heavy precipitation happening for them. If I click on this, let's zoom it out. Let's look at the whole region here, because this is going to be, let's see, right there. It should be reasonably. Okay. So we have freezing rain in parts of Saskatchewan, probably getting in closer to blizzard conditions. I know the winds are really going to pick up tonight. They're going to continue to pick up depending on where. Obviously, the winds in southwestern Saskatchewan right now are brutal, but the winds will continue to pick up, especially over here towards Manitoba. Look what Manitoba's dealing with. So Winkler is into, if you see the pink on the radar, that is actually ice pellets. So purple is freezing rain and pink is ice pellets. So lots of mixing going on. Let's take a look at the raw data for Winnipeg. Winnipeg's seen some really heavy bands of precipitation. So brutal driving conditions. I'm assuming with that up into Selkirk as well too, Portage as well. If we click on the western radar here, that shows Brandon in a little bit of clearing, but now it's starting to fill back in again. Just nasty conditions overall. It's not great. It is not great. Interesting. Okay, that's different. They actually issued a hazardous road condition alert. Oh, wow. You don't see that very often. They issued that in Alberta. Wow. Alberta has issued a hazardous road condition alert. You don't see that very often. They're talking about Calgary and surrounding areas. Huh. Interesting. So I wonder if that would have come through. I don't know if that would have come through Alert Ready. Maybe it would. But definitely brutal road conditions if the province of Alberta is issuing an alert for that. So, all right. So there's that. Let's jump over to, I think I might have my mic just a little bit too loud here. Okay. Let's jump over to, we haven't looked at yet, and we probably should, is Alana's forecast, right? Am I right? That's right. Now, she's got the forecast for the snow here and for the winds. So we'll look at both of those. And as you can see, it's interesting. I actually said visually, it's kind of interesting that the forecast blends almost perfectly into the legend on this one. But Gratefully Awake says the roads suck in Strathmore, Alberta right now. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. 80 to 100 car pileup. Oh, that's not great. Can you let us know where that is? That is not great. Oof. Yeah, that's brutal. Yeah, so this is the Tuesday to Thursday snowfall forecast. So it was Tuesday night into Thursday. And as you can see, the worst of it is definitely going to be Yorkton, Outlook, areas south of Saskatoon in Saskatchewan, over to Dauphin, Russell, Manitoba. That is basically like the 25 to 50 centimeter corridor. You also have a 15 to 25 centimeter corridor, which goes from Edmonton through Leduc, Wainwright, and then it goes into Saskatchewan. So North Battleford, Saskatoon, Humboldt, Kenora, Moose Jaw, Regina, Moosomin, and then it pushes into Manitoba as well too, and it does cover Winnipeg, Portage, Brandon. Let's see what else here. Gimli, Selkirk, areas in the purple that are outside of that. So Carnduff, Estevan, Assiniboia, Saskatchewan, Swift Current, Saskatchewan. Those areas are looking at, and Lloydminster seems like right on the edge of those two regions. It's like 5 to 15 centimeters. That also includes deep southern Manitoba as well, which would be Steinbach, Winkler, Killarney, Carman. And that also covers, that purple also goes way into central and northern Alberta, covering Whitecourt, Grand Prairie, Rocky Mountain House, Red Deer, and that is in the 5 to 15 centimeter. Outside of that, you see the blues, you're looking at nothing or maybe 2 to 5 centimeters, depending. And yeah, so there's that for the snowfall forecast, very detailed. And we'll jump over to the wind forecast as well, too. As you can see, the strongest winds we're expecting, 115 to 130 kilometers an hour, are in deep southwestern Alberta. So Tabor, Lethbridge, Cardston, and it's already been brutal there. And this is, Wednesday morning to Thursday morning. So already been brutal there today. And then the other strongest corridor basically is Medicine Hat, Maple Creek, Shaunavon, Assiniboia, and areas south of Swift Current in Saskatchewan. So southern Alberta, southwestern Saskatchewan, the strongest wind gusts for sure. And then outside of that, still have very strong wind gusts. Anything in the yellow here is going to be, anything in the orange is 80 to 90 kilometers an hour. Excuse me. Anything in the yellow is 70 to 80 kilometers an hour. Anything in the green is going to be 60 to 70. So you take all those really strong wind gusts, you add all that snow together, you do that. If it's more than 4 hours, you got yourself blizzard conditions. So that's what we're dealing with here, which is not great. Estevan. I always pronounce it wrong. I pronounce everything wrong. It's fine. We're all used to it by now. I bet the snowmobilers are going to be happy. Rap, they are, for sure. Saucy says, Southern Winnipeg sounds like it's sleeting out there. Okay. So a little bit of a mix there. Medicine Hat has just been issued a winter storm warning now. Oh, okay. Just now? Seems like a little late. The number 2 is closed, north and southbound. Thank you for the update. Appreciate it. Joel says, what was the development we put on pause to deal with Environment Canada alerts? A whole bunch of stuff. And when are we going to release them? A whole bunch more is coming soon. We're still just finishing up all the little tweaks to make sure Environment Canada alerts are the right color in the app, to make sure they're the right color on Instant Weather Pro, all of that stuff. The pileup is near Airdrie. That's not great. All right, let's jump over to road conditions here. I got them all lined up. Okay, looks like I got 511 Alberta working. All right, we'll go through 511 Alberta. We'll do Saskatchewan Highway Hotline, and then we'll go through Manitoba as well, too. So, yes, so conditions not great. As you can see in the legend, partly covered would be yellow. Travel not recommended is going to be purple. And as you can see, yeah, that makes sense. This is where the incident was. Traffic incident on Queen Elizabeth II Highway, both directions near 40 Avenue Southwest. All lanes closed. That's not great. That is not great. I'm assuming that's where the pileup was. That is not great. Hopefully everybody's safe. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. And that's just south. Looks like it was just south of Airdrie there. And you can see purple, travel not recommended all the way down to, um, yeah, partly covered all the way through most of Calgary here. We've mentioned in the past, and part of the development that we had delayed that we're excited to do is we actually want to take the road condition data and improve it. So we want to potentially do every street, which would be pretty cool. I mean, not every street, but it would be cool to see like not just the highways. It'd be nice to know how the inner city streets are, right? All that kind of stuff. So we'd really like to take the 511 data and today it looks like it's working pretty good, but we'd like to improve it drastically with your reports, right? So you'll be able to report the conditions of your streets in real time and update them. And then all of that data will be available in one big map. We don't have to go through all these different maps for different parts of the country. We'll be able to actually see it all in one map. I think it'll be pretty exciting. So yeah, we really want to improve the road conditions. Let us know if you think that's a good idea. Actually, let's click on this. Okay, so this is to the north side of Balzac overpass, south of Airdrie. What time was that at? 2:27. Okay. Wind speed. Oh, even the wind speed is pretty cool. And we can pull in all this data, right? We can pull in all the webcams and everything as well too. But we'd like to do a much more improved version, if possible. I mean, it's a big task, but I think it's something that we could definitely do, especially because we have such a wonderful community that is so on the ball with reporting, severe weather. And so why not road conditions, right? It kind of makes perfect sense. Yeah, that doesn't look great. Oof. It is brutal. 227. Look at the visibility there. It's not great. And if you're familiar with it, every time, you ever notice this? Like every time there's like soupy fog you can barely see, or there's like a total whiteout, and like you're in the passenger seat and you go to take a photo and you're like, it looks clear in the photo. Like it looks, you look out the window and you can barely see. And then you look through the camera and it's like almost clear. So if it's this bad on a photo right here, if it's that bad on a photo, it's absolutely brutal. Absolutely brutal. You guys are awesome. Provincial page was last updated at 0930. Oh, okay. Well, wow. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing is we've heard we did a huge survey about, how do you feel about the accuracy of the road conditions? And it was not great. The results were not great. People were not happy with the current 511 road conditions. I mean, this looks like it's, in a situation like this where things are intense, it looks like they're updating it fairly accurately. But I think there's a lot of situations where, the conditions get updated once a day and maybe miss some stuff. So, and it turns out that a lot of people do rely on it. So actually, a lot of people rely on it because I couldn't even get into this website for like half an hour. I don't know if anybody else did. Anybody else have a problem with 511 Alberta? I couldn't even get in. So it wasn't great. But let's see here. So covered is pink and closed is red. And as you can see, this whole area is closed at the moment. So, and the purple is travel not recommended. So reduced visibility is these dashed. Everybody has a different legend too. That's the other tricky part is that Alberta has a different legend to Saskatchewan has a different legend to Manitoba. I put that all together on the live stream before we did it. So, conditions are not great, especially down here too. Covered as well, but I know the winds down here are wild. Let's go see what it looks like down here. Oh yeah, look at the road. It is just that does not look good. That was at 228 in Alberta, near Okotoks. That road looks nasty. This is like white knuckle. I mean, look at this. This is not nice to drive on. It's like patchy snow. So some of it you get traction on some, or there's ice on some. Yeah, that does not look good at all. Okay. Hi, Jennifer. Okay, so there's that. So road conditions are pretty brutal. If you're able to even load them up, travel not recommended. All of this purple here. So from Hanna, Alberta, over to Big Stone, this is all travel not recommended at the moment. So conditions are deteriorating pretty drastically. Pretty partly covered roads. Let's go take a peek at Edmonton quick. Let's see what it looks like over here. Oh yeah. So partly covered. The roads aren't too bad west of Edmonton near Spruce Grove. Blowing snow could be a problem though. It looks generally pretty nasty here. What is this incident? We have some incidents. Traffic advisory. So speed reduction. Okay. Reduce speed. Yeah, that would make sense. Yeah. Slow down. If you have to be out there, slow down. If you don't have to be out there, please don't be out there. I know you want to get your Christmas shopping done, all that kind of stuff, but today is probably not the day. I would think so. Let's jump over to Saskatchewan, where it's just as colorful and just as brutal. Actually, even more colorful. And so the legend in Saskatchewan is the same. So the legend here is the same. But you look up by Saskatoon, it's like travel not recommended. Pretty much like it's like a giant spider coming out of Saskatoon at the moment. Let's go take a look at the conditions. Yeah, not great. Not great. Oh, it looks like we just had a flash freeze. A flash freeze alert? Oh, advisory? For Prince Edward County and parts of, that's interesting. Oh, I see. Oh, okay. Who issued that? It wasn't Environment Canada? It was a flash freeze advisory. Who issued this? Oh, the town of Cobourg is issuing their own alert for the northeastern shores of Lake Ontario. I guess towns are issuing their own alerts now. That's interesting. Okay. Brennan. Okay. So, yeah, this is, I'm just taking a look at some of the webcams here around Saskatoon. Oh, look at the crazy pattern here. That is wild. Obviously, the wind, you can tell the wind is just blowing this stuff because look at the pattern on the road here. It's just wild. Let's see here. According to the Saskatchewan Highway page, the sand trucks are standing and ready in swift current. Thank you so much. Appreciate it, City Boy. Thank you kindly. I got called a city boy once. I was at where was I? I was at a Tim Hortons in I think it was Parry Sound or something. And this guy was yelling. He wasn't getting his order fast enough. The place was packed. And the guy's screaming at one of the employees. And and no one's saying anything. And I'm like, I just gave him a hey. I was like, they're making minimum wage. You should probably have a little bit of patience. The guy, this big husky guy, turns around, looks at me, and he goes, yeah, whatever, city boy. So that's the time I got called city boy in Parry Sound. But somebody had to tell him. He calmed down after that a bit. Anywho. So yeah, Saskatoon looks brutal. I'm surprised I didn't get beat up that day. Let's see what's going on in Regina. There's an incident to the north. What does this say? Westbound shoulders closed on bypass bridge towards Armour Road. Slow down and proceed with caution. Reduce speed is what's happening here. Partly covered roads are in and around Regina. Let's take a peek at the webcams. Oh, looks interesting. Not a lot of snow there yet. Not a lot of accumulation on the ground yet. But the problem is of course, we saw the freezing rain on radar, which is not great. So conditions are going to be deteriorating pretty quick. Moose Jaw, travel not recommended across here. Let's go take a look at what Moose Jaw looks like. Probably freezing rain falling here right now. And so not a lot of snow accumulation there, but the freezing rain is going to be a problem. Over here east of Chaplin, looks like there's an incident. Damage to guardrail. Proceed with caution. Down to one lane of traffic. Debris on road. No passing. Oof. It's not great. The roads are closed here between Kyle and the Beachy area in Saskatchewan. That's not great. Closed due to ice. Visibility reduced and ice. So starting to see some road closures in parts of Saskatchewan at the moment. Motor vehicle collision over here near Broadview, east of Regina. Not great. Not great. So, yeah, very, very colorful. Sorry, I don't have this lined up in the center, so I keep forgetting exactly where I'm showing you. I should probably look at the actual screen and not my zoomed in screen here. But conditions not great here, of course. And you also have a bunch of incidences. Incidences. How do you say that? Bunch of incidents. Can't take me anywhere. Yeah, conditions are deteriorating across Saskatchewan. It's going to get worse. I was looking at some of the wind gusts. It looks like it should increase. Most of into eastern Saskatchewan and into Manitoba, the winds are going to increase towards midnight. They're going to get pretty strong. The winds are just going to keep pushing east, and they're going to get stronger and stronger for many areas. So, so not great. Not great. Moose Jaw roads are all ice. That's what it looked like. Thank you, Mickey. Appreciate the update. Tracy says, how is southwestern Edmonton looking? It didn't look great. Anybody in Edmonton want to let us know? Sherry says, Regina is ice covered near the highway 133 bypass. Thank you. Liam says, for us, Alberta, we are done for. I don't know if you're done for, but it's not great. Yeah, this is pretty rough. So let's go take a look at Manitoba. Now, Manitoba has a different legend. Another reason we want to amalgamate this all into one nice map. Completely different legend here. So partly covered is yellow, reduced visibility is the dashes, closed is red, and covered is white. So if you see the white, covered white kind of makes sense. Covered in snow is white. I kind of agree with that. I think that kind of makes sense. Let's go take a look what's happening down here in Winnipeg. Lots of people on the roads. Conditions don't look that great. Let's go take a look at radar again. I want to jump back to the radar, see. Where did the radar go? There we go. I want to jump back to Instant Weather Pro quickly just to see exactly what we're dealing with here with all that precipitation. Oh, yeah, it's all snow. So snow coming down there. Freezing rain and ice pellets to the south. And again, we're seeing freezing rain at Moose Jaw, Regina, areas in the purple there as well, too. So let's take a look at that. Oh, yeah, it looks brutal in Saskatchewan right now. All of this, look how heavy that precipitation is. We're getting into orange. Would not be surprised there's ice pellets in there when you're getting into orange precipitation. I mean, this looks like a thunderstorm, right? It's so intense precipitation. It has like a thunderstorm vibe to it. But obviously, we are not in thunderstorm time. Mind you, there could be some isolated lightning and thunder in there. It's very convective. Yeah, let's see here. So yeah, Winnipeg, not great. Let's jump back to Manitoba roads, and so that is what's happening in and around Winnipeg at the moment. Let's see what's happening to the north. Yeah, you can see kind of blowing snow across the roads here. Didn't look as bad as what we've seen in other places. Let me see here. So closed would be red. So I know there's some closed roads up here in the north. Quite a few of them, actually. Those are probably close for the season, but potentially. Let's see what it says here. Winter roads, yeah. Status closed. Yeah. Last updated April 2nd. Okay. All right. April 2nd it is. Let's see here. So lots of incidences, though. Let's see here. What do we got? Closed due to washout. That's not great. Wait, that says October 16th. There's a problem. Why is there incidences on Manitoba 511 that are from October? Are any of these new? October. These are just never removed? Yeah, see, that seems problematic. This is from December 7th. I see bridge construction. Okay. Yeah, maybe they just keep them up there for a while. I don't know. Seems like a long time. But yeah, so you can see partly covered roads across many parts of Manitoba. Not seeing road closures yet, but I have a strong inkling that it is going to get much, much worse, especially with the strong winds coming into the overnight hours. So not great conditions across the prairies right now. Let's go look at some reports here. I'm going to pull up some reports from our pages here. Let's see here. Okay. This was from Alberta. This is actually from Calgary. The video is taken at 11:20 a.m. And you can see Not great. And that was from Ryan. Thank you so much, Ryan. Appreciate it. Probably already more reports. Oh, there's already 2 pending here. So let me hit refresh on that on Alberta storm reports. By the way, we have incredible storm reporting groups across the. I don't know how that got on there. That's awesome, Bob and Doug. Okay, so the winds have slowed down in Carseland, Alberta. Thank you so much, PhD. Appreciate it. Here's Edmonton. I think this was taken from the driver's perspective. Is it? Or is it from the passenger? It looks like the driver. It's hard to tell, though. We typically don't allow any videos or photos that are taken from the driver. Unless this was a dash cam. It doesn't look stable enough to be a dash cam, though. Maybe it was. Yeah, typically we don't allow that. It does look like it's from the driver right here. Yeah, please, folks. I know you really want to share your reports with us when you're driving, but pull over safely, take a photo or video, send it in, and then get back on the road. Please don't drive around and film. We don't appreciate that. Yeah, I'm actually going to decline this. Let's see here. Should we do it together? Yeah, this is what we get to do. So I'm going to remove this post, and then we're going to give some feedback. No dangerous behavior. There we go. All right. But thank you for the report nonetheless. This is Milk River at 2 p.m. in Alberta. And yeah, it is. It's like you're in a snow machine there. You get to see a little insight into me removing reports. Yeah, this is brutal. Let's see what this is. Heavy blizzard in northeastern Calgary. This was around 12:40 p.m. And yeah, look at the conditions. Wow. That looks rough right there. That is a rough intersection. And that was from SYED. Thank you so much for the report. Appreciate it. This was Rochester. I think it's Rod, but Rochester, Alberta. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. And that's from Leah. Thank you so much for the update. Appreciate it. Let's see here. I'm going to keep scrolling down. This is 1 p.m. just northwest of Drumheller. This is 10 minutes apart. So you see it here. It's not great. And then you see it here. And it is rough. Oof. That's not good. That is not good. Okay. So that's there's that. Let's jump over to Saskatchewan storm reports. And let me hit refresh here. Refresh our group. So yeah, if you are on Facebook, Alberta Storm Reports, the group, please search it, join it. It's a great place to see reports and to share your own Saskatchewan Storm Reports as well, and Manitoba Storm Reports. We also have Ontario Storm Reports, and we have Atlantic Canada Storm Reports, and we intend to do more. Oh, that's just north of Alberta. Thank you, Kim. Appreciate it. There are a lot of cars in the ditch in Winnipeg, says Jay. That's not great. Oof. Hope everybody's okay. This is 3 hours ago in Cut Knife. Thank you so much, Aaron, for the report. Looking wintry. And we do this post every day to ask your reports, and it's nice to get those as well after that. So let's jump over to let's actually jump over to our Facebook pages, and then I'm going to take a peek at the models here. So let me just refresh the pages just to see a good place to see the latest alerts. Let's see here. So I'm going to pull this up. There we go. So let's start with Alberta. We'll work our way east. So Alberta, Saskatchewan, then Manitoba. So here is the latest. This was 23 minutes ago. The winter storm warning issued. Now I'm trying to see. This is probably updated, but yeah. Oh, I see. So City of Medicine Hat. So that is new. Yeah, lots of areas. Winter storm warning has been issued for a lot of areas of Alberta here, which makes sense because the conditions are completely deteriorating for them. Oh my goodness. Yeah, when a picture is worth 1,000 words. That's right. It's probably Patricia who posted that. Yeah, Patricia. And that was Roger via Alberta Storm Reports. And look at this photo. That is ridiculous. That's like photo of the year. That does not that is awful. Hope everybody's okay. There's just people on the side of the road. There's just an ambulance in blizzard conditions somewhere. That photo is wild. Absolutely wild. Oh my goodness. Hope everybody's okay with that one. Let's see here. And that was by Roger. Thank you, Roger, for sharing that with us. And that was in, I don't know how to pronounce it. I forget. It's Beiseker, Alberta, northeast of Airdrie. So this is probably pretty similar to what happened when the pileup happened on 2, which was near Airdrie. It's probably similar conditions. And that looks brutal. Beiseker. Let's just think of bicycle. Thank you, Tracy. Appreciate it. Beiseker. Aimless is near Beiseker. Yeah, that is awful. Oh my goodness. Let's keep scrolling. What is this? What is this useless content? All right, let's keep scrolling past that. There is an orange wind warning. I think that no, it's always been orange. Yeah. But yeah, orange wind warning continues for southern Alberta. It was orange always. So, and again, these details probably talking about gusts up to 130 kilometers an hour, which is not great. Not great. So all of basically deep southeastern Alberta in orange level, which there's 3 levels. There's yellow, there's orange, and there's red now. It used to just be all warnings are red, all watches were yellow. Those days are over. Now, watches, warnings, and advisories all have variable colors. So orange is typically the worst you're going to see, and very rarely are you going to see red, red is basically extreme. They should be reserved mainly for tornado warnings, but other alerts could reach red if they get, ridiculous. Yeah. Yeah, that's not great. So also to some of the wind gusts here, Atlanta has posted this. The winds are really howling in parts of southern Alberta. 112 kilometer an hour reported. So this is from a weather station reported 112 kilometers an hour. Ouch. And that was Pinhorn area. 112 kilometers an hour. Wow. There's some of the radar from earlier. Pretty brutal. Let's jump over to Saskatchewan Storm Watch on Facebook. And I have actually pushed an update to fix this so that the cold warnings, by the way, rest in peace to extreme cold warning. It is gone now. I just looked through the documentation. That's the reason this failed, because I had it still set up as extreme cold warning, because that's what it's always been for years and years and years. But they have killed extreme cold warning. It is no longer. Now it is just cold warning. And so that's why it defaulted to the blue icon here. But yeah, so now we are into yellow, orange, or red. Probably never red, but orange, unless it's like minus a million. But typically yellow or orange cold warning. So yeah, extreme cold warning, gone forever. Freezing rain warning continues for Regina, Moose Jaw, Weyburn, Estevan. I always pronounce it wrong. Probably my emphasis is in the wrong place, but yeah, southeastern Saskatchewan. Not only is there blizzard warnings in place, but you're also dealing with freezing rain warning. So there's that. There's your blizzard warning. This one's a little bit better. There's so many alert regions in this image that I don't know if you saw earlier, but it literally broke it. It broke this is kind of broken. You can see these little gaps in it. This software we use to create these images automatically can only handle so many regions at once until the thing starts to implode. And so this one looks a little bit better. But last night, I literally drew them by hand to make sure that they were proper. I spent an hour drawing the polygon by hand to make sure that it was good, just visually, and also so it showed up in our app. So there's the wind warning in deep southwestern Saskatchewan as well, too. I'll show you the one I drew by hand. Let's see if I can find it. What is this nonsense here? Freezing rain warning, yes. There's the brutal road conditions. Sorry, I'm just going to scroll here for a bit. I wanted to show you the one I drew. So that one's fine. This one was automated. It looks pretty good. If I keep scrolling here, there's your colorful road conditions. Oh my goodness. That is rough. Okay, she did put a legend on it. Good. See if I can find it. Where did it go? I'll show you where it imploded. There's where it imploded. Everyone's like, "Oh, good thing Saskatoon's not included." I'm like, "No, you're included. Go read through the list. Look how many locations are included in this. Ready? My goodness. No wonder it exploded. I think it ran out of memory. It's just like so many locations. And that's not even all of them. So that imploded, but I made sure in the comments to say, yeah, this is clearly a problem. Even the freezing rain one imploded. So did that one. Yeah. So when you see that there, this is the one I drew by hand. I literally spent an hour tracing this at street level so that it was accurate by hand. I spent an hour tracing this exact polygon. That was an hour of my night last night to make sure that it was bang on. Someone in the comments says Saskatoon won't get hit. Okay. All right. Sure it won't. Let's jump over to Manitoba. And let me hit refresh. And then they extended the blizzard warning into Manitoba. Orange blizzard warning. I don't know if there'd ever be a yellow blizzard warning. I don't see that ever happening. It's probably. Oh, looks like the freezing rain warning has ended for Winnipeg. So that's good news. Yep. Winnipeg and surrounding communities. Selkirk, Oakbank, up to Matlock area, Winnipeg Beach. So the freezing rain warning has ended for parts of Manitoba, so that's exciting. It continues in the south, as you can see right here. 13 minutes ago, it has continued in the south. Morden, Winkler, Steinbach areas. Niverville. I can never pronounce anything right. Winter storm warning continues east of Winnipeg as well. And there's your blizzard warning, which is most of populated Manitoba. So huge blizzard warning across most of Manitoba, including Winnipeg, Winkler, all the way over to Brandon, Verdon, up to Dauphin, Roblin, et cetera, et cetera. So massive blizzard warning across much of populated Saskatchewan and Manitoba. It's a huge blizzard warning. Pretty wild. There's your cold warning further to the north as well, too, and way up there as well. Okay. All right. Sounds good. Let's jump back to Instant Weather Pro. Let's go take a look at the radar. Again, if you have not done so, you can download our free app. I might as well just leave that banner right on the screen here. Let's see here. Download our free app at instantweatherapp.com. It is free, and it is useful. I'm going to hit refresh on this. Hold on. Let me refresh. There we go. We did get a new update here. So it looks like Winnipeg's just into the snow now. Portage is in the snow. Brandon's in the snow. The freezing rain is mainly along the international border here. Looks like some ice pellets are possible in the Winkler area of Manitoba. South of Steinbach, right along the international border, you've got purple, which is going to be your freezing rain. Let's keep scrolling around here. So Weyburn area of Saskatchewan and into the southeastern corridors, you're looking at some freezing rain in purple. You're looking at snow in blue, and you're looking at rain and maybe some ice pellets here in green and up into this red here. Regina looks like it's pretty much into the snow from what we can tell here. Radar is very, very messy. Raw radar, super messy. But if I back this out, you can see Regina is into snow. Moose Jaw's into snow now. Let me know in the comments if that is the case. It's free, and even better when you pay a little, even better when you pay a lot. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. But yeah, it's free. Like 95% of the app functionality is free. So the only thing you can, if you pay, then you can remove ads, and you can extend the future radar out to 5 hours. Whiteout conditions in, is it Kenaston? Something like that. Saskatchewan, 80 kilometer south of Saskatoon. 80 kilometers south of Saskatoon. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. I had it right. Niverville. How's the highways? Bad. Pretty much bad everywhere. What about Moose Jaw? How bad is it getting? It's bad, and it's going to get worse. Jason says the blizzard seems pretty white to me. No signs of orange yet. Luann says, my brother who lives in Calgary said 100-car pileup between Calgary and Airdrie. Yeah, it looks brutal up there. Yeah, absolutely. It is rough. It is rough. Thankfully, it looks like the snow is now clearing out of Calgary. We've had reports of blue skies peeking out now, which is good news for them, especially for how rough it was. All of that precipitation continues to move into the southeast, and that's why you have your winter storm warning for Medicine Hat and surrounding communities, and wind warning is at the orange level. So brutal winds, absolutely brutal winds, making conditions really rough. Really see the winds picking up here east of Medicine Hat, getting quite strong into the 90s, and that's crossing southeast into Saskatchewan at the moment. So conditions are deteriorating. I'm sure they're already bad, but they're going to continue to deteriorate. And really heavy precipitation through kind of the Moose Jaw Regina corridor at the moment. And again, based on precipitation type over here, it looks like mainly snow, but to the south is going to be rain and freezing rain as well. And as we go over to Manitoba, also not great. Moisture keeps getting pulled in from the south here, so it's continuing. The really, really heavy stuff seems to be north of Winnipeg now, but that doesn't mean it's over, and it'll continue to push in from the southwest as we go. You can see more precipitation coming in here. It will continue to push east into parts of Manitoba, and the conditions are going to get worse and worse and worse for Winnipeg, especially with the strong winds that are coming. Really, really strong winds overnight as well, too. So yeah, we got ourselves quite a storm over there. Quite a storm indeed. And hopefully everybody's staying safe with this. I do have some model data I did want to take a peek at. It looks like based on the, Jen was asking about Northwestern Ontario. Looks like based on Environment Canada's alerts, that is starting tonight. Conditions it's all pushing from the storm into Northwestern Ontario, and North Central Ontario and Northeastern Ontario, and conditions are going to get bad overnight and continue to get worse as we go. I do want to take a look at some model data here. Let me just pull that up. I've got a few different areas pulled up. I'm going to start with Alberta. Actually, it'll be Alberta and BC because that's just the way the maps work. Let me pull that up here. So there we go. Okay. So this is let's jump back to the Canadian model. And so this is the snowfall model from this run from actually this morning. Oh, that's this afternoon. Okay, let's take a look at this morning. And this is from pivotalweather.com. They have some great model data. And so we're taking their model data and we're overlaying our city names on top of it. But so here's your, let's see what time this is. So this is this morning. And now this is about 3 o'clock or so. That's about 3 o'clock. So see the precipitation coming into Edmonton and pushing out to the southeast. Not a lot of snow expected from the Canadian model in where the really, really, really strong winds are down here in the Lethbridge area and stuff. But you can see it's talking about, potentially 23, 24 centimeters for Edmonton. It could be less. Typically, these models are a little bit over the top. So, but 15 centimeters, maybe 20, not out of the question. Stettler getting into possibly 30. And areas north of Medicine Hat into about 30 as well, too. Looks like Brooks, not too much, 5, 7, maybe up to 10 centimeters or so. Medicine Hat, not too much. So most of the winds blowing things away down here in the south, but some pretty heavy-duty snowfall totals for Edmonton and areas to the southeast of that as that pushes into Saskatchewan. Let's take a look at the European model as an alternative. And so looking pretty similar, a little bit weaker. The Europeans into talking about Edmonton getting 17, 18 centimeters. Let us know what you're actually getting on the ground. Kim says, I want to get text message alerts for the storm season. I need to, e-transfer you again. Please reach out to me. Kim, can you send me an email? And we'll set that up for you. Actually, Kim, if you can send it to at instantweather.ca, then Teresa can get you all set up with that as well too. So that would be super helpful. And you can e-transfer help at instantweather.ca. So yeah, if you'd like to get text message alerts, no problem. For those who are wondering, you can go to textmessagealerts.com. That should bring you to our website. And that, I think what are they now? Like $4.49 a month or something? It's like less than $5 a month. And then you get texted immediately. Actually, it's even faster than our app for notifications. So within like milliseconds of an alert being issued for your area, and it doesn't require the internet. So if the internet goes down or your power goes out and your Wi-Fi goes down, you still receive the text message, which is pretty cool. Joel asking again about the development things. Yeah, so the updated road conditions, we really want the whole road condition system we were beginning to build out, and that had to be completely put on hold because of all the Environment Canada alert changes. And there's more coming in the spring, so there's a lot of things on hold at the moment, but they will resume as soon as we finish out the last of dealing with all these Environment Canada changes, and then we can resume our regularly scheduled development program. Tracy says in Edmonton, southwestern Edmonton, we have 21 centimeters so far. So yeah, the model's not too far off. 21 centimeters. It's pretty close. Pretty darn close. Question here is how much snow will Regina see? And so we're going to take a look at that right now. So that was the data from Alberta, and also too look at what's going on in British Columbia. Things are getting, if we just scroll the model all the way to 360 hours, things get real orange, and orange is not great here. But Lethbridge somehow avoiding all the snow, but everybody else getting mangled, especially in the Rockies, of course. But all right, let's jump over to there we go. Okay. Jump over to the rest of the prairies, so Saskatchewan and Manitoba. And where is this one? That's right here. There we go. Okay, this is actually the freezing rain. I wanted to take a look at how much freezing rain is possible from Regina down into southeastern Saskatchewan and then into parts of along the border here, Killarney, Boissevain. Looks like, I probably pronounced that wrong. I always do. Carmen. Yeah, it looks like could see a decent amount of accumulation here. For the freezing rain, you can just see this light orange down here in basically southern Saskatchewan, southern Manitoba. Let's jump over to the Canadian model for snow. So let's back this up here. What's that one at? Oh, no, that's not done yet. Okay. All right. So here's the snowfall from this afternoon. So the afternoon starts right about there. And you can see the snow. This is the Canadian high-resolution model. And let's see where we are here. This is Thursday morning. So by Thursday morning, that's how much snow we expect it to fall. Quite a bit here. Saskatoon says 22 centimeters. So maybe, it's pretty accurate so far what we've got the reports from Alberta here. What is this? 52 centimeters southeast of Watrous. Was it Watrous? Yeah. 52 centimeters here. Outlook sitting at 40, Yorkton at 50, and actually just northeast of Yorkton at 60. And this is the high-resolution Canadian model. Wow. What is Regina at here? Regina is at 25, 26 centimeters of snow. Let me get this banner off the screen so you can see this better. Sorry, my bad. The banner is blocking everything. Move the banner. Yeah, all right. Your banner is covering the bottom screen. Sorry, my bad. Did the banner ruin everything I did in Alberta too? Probably. Can't take me anywhere. Sorry about that. Okay. If you want me to go back and do Alberta again, let me know. But yeah, that is the snowfall. Actually, if we get rid of me entirely, this does show parts of Alberta down here. Okay. Yeah, that actually covers the whole thing, doesn't it? Yeah, pretty much. Okay, so there is basically this afternoon starts right about here, and that's what's coming this evening. Oh my goodness, that's a lot of snow. Jason says, RIP, that's a lot of snow. Yeah, you got that right. GG, says Call Me Carter. Yeah, good game. Good game. 20-something inches for Saskatoon. As you can see, Edmonton is at 25, and that's pretty. It says 25 on the model, and we get reports of 21. So model's just a little bit over the top. But hopefully it's a little bit over the top for areas like Outlook where it's saying, 30, 40 centimeters here. 45 for Watrous. Oh boy, Regina into 23. Let's go over to Manitoba here. It says Winnipeg's at 25. Portage is at 29. Dauphin is at 50. 46, 53. Oof. Brandon says 30-ish, 31. Verdun says 20. Hard to read it under those labels. About 30. Yeah, so lots of snow coming, folks. Oh boy. 50 centimeter for Yorkton. That's what this model says. Let's go take a look at some of the other ones and compare. But if you look at Yorkton right here, it says 50, and then just northeast of Yorkton is 62. Is like the peak, the absolute peak of this whole forecast. Okay, so that's the Canadian model. Let's look at the European model as an alternative. Let's see what the European model looks like. It looks pretty close. It's pretty close. The European model says 23 for Edmonton, and that's really close to what we had reported there. We had 21 reported, and it's at 23. So maybe this one's a little bit more accurate. What does it say for Yorkton? 42 centimeters. Outlook at 35. Winnipeg is at 22. Let's see, Regina. And this one is actually, the European model puts 30 centimeters into Regina for this one. So there's that. Oh boy. Banner, blocking. Thank you. Yeah. So lots of snow. And don't forget, this is all going to be like super heavy winds blowing. This is basically your blizzard here in the red and in the pink as well, too. Brutal conditions for many. I really hope you don't have to travel with this. It's going to be rough. Let's look at one more model. I'll look at the, actually, let's look at the high resolution model. Let me switch this to snowfall, and let's see how this actually looks. This is only in the south. It doesn't really show in the north. It only covers in the south, but it does cover pretty much the snowfall for Saskatchewan and Manitoba here. And if we look at Saskatoon, it's right on the edge of the model, so it's probably not accurate. It only says 10 centimeters. But if you look at Outlook, 40, 45. Yorkton is sitting at 41. A lot of agreement here with the heavy snowfall, especially for the Yorkton area. Moose Jaw, it's only got 15 centimeters. Regina, it only has 12. Not too bad. Let's see here. Winnipeg, it's got 24. Portage has 24. Brandon, Manitoba is only at 16, 15. Dauphin is at 36. So some pretty heavy duty snowfall. But again, it's not just about the snowfall here. It's about the intense winds. Actually, in that same thing, let me actually pull up the winds. I just have to move this down a bit. And where's the surface? 10-meter wind gusts. Let's take a look at the winds. Oh, boy. I mean, look at them in southwestern Alberta there. That's brutal. Oh, Patricia just mentioned the video I removed on Alberta Storm Reports was actually a dash cam. It didn't look like a dash cam though. Maybe it was. It looked like it was moving around so much that it wasn't. But if that was a dash cam, then my apologies to the person I removed it from. Hopefully, Patricia restored it. Not bad. It just really didn't look like a dash cam. Okay. If you look at the yellow on this map, oh my goodness, those are insane wind gusts. What does it say there? What is this at? 140 on the model, 140 kilometers an hour in southwestern Saskatchewan. That's tonight. So the winds are going to get insane in this, and then look at they just push to the east. Yeah, and they're going to get quite strong in Manitoba as well too. Not too much in the yellow, except for, let's see where that was yellow. 107 kilometers an hour here, south of Dauphin, northeast of Brandon. Nothing as bad as what we're seeing here in the southwest. This is just ridiculous. Deep southwestern Saskatchewan and southern Alberta just looks insane with these winds. Wow. But still very strong wind gusts pushing through and really picking it up overnight into the morning. Tomorrow morning is going to be absolutely treacherous, wind-wise and blowing snow and all of that happening for Manitoba. The winds are really going to kick it up in the morning, overnight into the morning. Wow. So you got those really strong winds. You've got all that snow, And that's where you get your blizzard conditions from, folks. Put those two together. Bailey says, why does Environment Canada only say 5 to 10 centimeters for Regina tonight? That's, I mean, based on some of the model data, that looks reasonable. That doesn't look too far off. Some stuff had it higher, but some looked pretty much in that realm. Let's take a look at the Canadian wind gusts here. Wow, that's southwestern Saskatchewan in the yellow. Yellow is like insane on this. You can see the numbers right on the map too, like into the hundreds in southwestern. And then you can see the winds don't get too wild. I mean, actually, they still get pretty strong. You mix that 70-kilometer-an-hour wind gusts for hours around Regina with all that, with the snow that's falling. So it's still going to be really brutal conditions through Saskatchewan. And then it really picks up overnight into the morning hours through Winnipeg. And Winnipeg seeing 80s. Yeah, look at those wind gusts. So brutal winds, especially right now. And deep southern Alberta has got to be absolutely bonkers right now. Yeah, the winds in Lethbridge going through Medicine Hat right now must be absolutely wild at the moment. Like this is basically the current frame. So wow, huge, intense wind gusts happening in southern Alberta at the moment, and then of course it's going to continue through southwestern and southern Saskatchewan, and then it's going to continue into the overnight hours in Saskatchewan, overnight hours in Manitoba, and then pick up actually quite a bit into the morning. So the winds are going to get pretty intense, but nothing compared to what's happening in southern Alberta right now with that yellow. That is ridiculous. Wow. Nipawa, that is the name you were avoiding. I wasn't avoiding anything. I'm looking around, looking at different locations to say. But yeah, Nipawa, of course. Thank you very much for clarifying that. I'll tell you if I'm avoiding a name. If I'm avoiding a name, I'll make it very clear. All right, where am I? There I am. Hello. Is that the one? All right. Let's jump back to radar here. I'll take another quick peek at radar, and then I think I'm going to probably shut down the stream. Conditions are just going to continue to deteriorate. That's really not going to change. But it's just, I hope everybody's staying safe with this. Obviously, we did have the wild pile up in Alberta. Let's take a look at raw radar data. I want to see what's going on around Medicine Hat with these wind gusts. And you can see the winds are very intense here. What does it say? South of the radar, 100 kilometer an hour. Show it up on radar, 103 kilometer an hour in a snowstorm. That is intense. That is an intense snowstorm here. Let's actually, let me refresh this, make sure we have the latest conditions. There we go. So Regina looking pretty brutal at the moment. Lots of snow across the region. Edmonton looks like maybe it's going to start tapering off. Yeah, actually, that's not too bad. There could be some bands in behind that, but it looks like it's starting to fizzle out quite a bit for Edmonton. And not so much in Manitoba. These heavy bands just keep developing. Winnipeg looked like it was going to clear out there for a second, but now more bands and heavier bands are going to continue to develop. They're not done just yet. It's going to continue all the way into the evening hours, all the way into the early morning. Pretty wild. Big storm. I really do hope everybody's staying safe with this storm. It is pretty nasty. And again, it's going to start developing overnight into northwestern Ontario. Actually, it looks like it's already started. Yeah, it's already started into northwestern Ontario, and that is going to push through and get really bad here. I believe this is winter storm warning orange level right here. And so areas north of Thunder Bay, including Thunder Bay too. This is a big storm. It's going to push all the way into parts of Ontario as well too. It's not going to be very nice. So there's that. There's your big beastly. Let me get rid of the radar icon so you can see this beastly storm. That's what we're dealing with, folks. Thanks, Adam, says Kim. No problem. Ashley says, I'd honestly rather have the snow versus the rain, but it's raining really heavy in the Weyburn area right now. That's going to probably switch over, I would think. Snow accumulation forecast for Winnipeg If I bring up Alana's map again here, where did it go? Right here. She's got Winnipeg in the 15 to 25 centimeter range, which looks pretty bang on, even seeing this model data we're looking at. So that's until Thursday evening. So yeah, 15 to 25 centimeters possible for Winnipeg based on this map right here. Cindy says storming like crazy in Milk River. Yeah, you think? The winds have to be insane right now. Not too bad in Edmonton. Snow isn't too bad right now. Yeah, and it's going to actually continue to taper off, Kim. So it should actually get better. But I bet you it is absolutely ridiculous right now down in Milk River. Milk River's right in the deep south, Alberta. Where is it? Right there. I thought you were. Oh, you can't see what I'm seeing. Sorry. There we go. Yeah, I bet you the winds are wild down there right now. Absolutely wild. Where's Milk River? There you go. Yeah. I mean, it looks like the stronger stuff is starting to push to the east, but yeah, I'm sure it was wild. Rain changed to frozen pellets and snow and RM of Pence about 15 minutes ago. Thank you so much, Chris. Appreciate it. Saskatoon is terrible right now, we're hearing. Let's go take a look at Saskatoon at the moment. It looks brutal, and it looks even worse south. But yeah, look at all that. Starting to rotate around the low here. I'm sure it is absolutely nasty in Saskatoon at the moment. And based on the road condition maps that we looked at, let's take one last peek at those. Let's jump to Alberta. Let me bring that up here. Still loaded. That's good. Alberta looking pretty nasty, especially over here east of Calgary. This whole area is do not travel. Travel is not recommended. We'll jump over to Saskatchewan, and that continues, as you can see, right there. Yeah. And if you look around Saskatoon right now, let's go look at some more. Oh, yeah, there you go. And that is at 4:20 p.m. Let's take a look. Actually, there should be some. That was the one we just saw. Let's see this one here. Oh, my goodness. That is Highway 11 at Warman, just northeast of Saskatoon. That does not look friendly at all. Please don't travel if you don't have to. This is brutal. Thank you so much, Fortnite man. Appreciate it. Tanya says, Dalmany? Is it Dalmeny? Dalmany? I don't know. So I'm going with Dalmany. Probably wrong. Dalmany is 20 kilometers northwest of Saskatoon. It's wild. Yeah, and I think it's probably going to continue to get stronger with those winds, which is not great. Let's take a look south. Yeah, conditions are just not very nice. Let's go take a look at what's happening over here at Regina. Not as much snowfall expected for Regina, but still quite a bit will continue. I don't know what's going on with this camera. I think this camera's covered in freezing rain. It does not look good. There we go. That's in Avonhurst or Avonhurst. Yeah, if you don't have to travel, folks, I'd go ahead and say probably a good idea to not. I would recommend not traveling if you don't have to. Obviously, there's folks out there, first responders that have to be out in the roads. Let's let them be on the roads, and let's not be on the roads if we don't have to. If you're like, maybe I should go Christmas shopping, maybe you shouldn't. Maybe you should wait. Just saying, might be a good idea. Not telling you what to do, but the less people on the roads that don't have to be on the roads, the safer it's going to be for first responders and those who do have to actually head out there and they have no choice. So let's jump over to Manitoba quickly and take a peek at this. Let's see what's going on here. Let's open up some webcams, and that doesn't look good. Highway 1 and Highway 332. This is west of Winnipeg. Not looking great. So take a look at Portage. Oh, I thought that was just pure white for a sec. All right, not too bad in Portage. This is pretty current. Let's see here. Yeah. That's only going to continue to get worse, especially overnight. That doesn't look good. Highway 1 in Austin. That looks rough. Let's take a look at Brandon. Highway 1 east of Brandon. I don't think it's that white. Okay, there we go. Yeah, that is current right there. Not too bad, but it's probably going to get worse. just based on models. Lots of snowfall that's going to be moving in. It's going to continue to deteriorate. So, again, if you do not have to... Oh, Lethbridge is calming. Okay, perfect. So it looks like the strong winds are starting to push to the east now into Saskatchewan. So, yeah, if you do not have to be traveling, please don't. And, yeah, Cam says, thanks for the coverage in Saskatoon. Not going to Davison and Lake wide open area. Yeah, probably a good idea. Probably a good idea. Michael says we have wind gusts of 100 kilometers an hour already, and it's storming really good right now. It's not great. Freezing rain all over Regina. Yeah, that's not great either. Oh boy. Oh boy. Sun is flying out tonight from Winnipeg to Vancouver. I don't know. I have a pretty strong feeling that there could be some cancellations in Winnipeg overnight. The winds are going to get really strong. I don't know if they're going to fly tonight. Obviously, traveling isn't going to be not great. With a blizzard warning, an orange blizzard warning in Winnipeg, I don't know if they're going to be flying tonight. I mean, if they're not too far to get to the airport, but if you have to travel far to the airport, it's going to be not great. It's going to be a dangerous situation. So you may want to reschedule just so you're not like at the airport waiting and then it's canceled and then now you have to travel from the airport and it's like blizzard outside. It just doesn't sound like a great situation. So I don't know if it's super, super duper critical that they're traveling. If it's not some super heavy duty emergency, I mean, even then, like if the planes don't fly, it doesn't matter if it's an emergency or not, you're not going anywhere. So, yeah, I think it's going to be brutal. It's going to be brutal tonight in Winnipeg. So, yeah, especially into the early morning hours. Anywho, all right. I think that's about it. Winds were snapping trees in Alberta. Yeah, it makes sense, Travis. It looked insanely strong. So, yeah, it looked pretty wild. So, anyways, I hope everybody stays safe. Thank you so much to Alana for doing these wonderful forecasts. Let me bring up her wind forecast again. There we go. And you can see there's going to be strong, strong winds through Winnipeg tonight into tomorrow morning. Really strong winds through Saskatchewan as well, too. Yeah, it's going to be quite nasty. So, huge thank you to Alana for doing the forecast. Huge thank you to Brendan, of course, for everything he does for the team. Patricia, for all of her help. Teresa, it's amazing. There's so many people on the team. I always forget to mention people on the team. Miranda, Cody, Cole, Dalton. You know what? I'm going to pull up the team list again. I always do this. Okay. Huge thanks to Alana, Brendan, Cody, Cole, Dalton, D, Dominic, Harry, Jeremy, Kyle, Leslie, Liam, Lindsay, Matt, Miranda, Patricia, Sarah, and Teresa, and everybody else on the team who helps. All of our wonderful YouTube mods. Our dev team is amazing, so huge thank you to our development team. Thank you so much, everybody. Really appreciate it. Thank you kindly. Everybody stay safe. Please don't travel if you don't have to. And if you do, the best of luck. Because it's going to be rough. Yeah. We'll talk to you all very soon. Have yourself a wonderful day. As wonderful as it possibly could be with these conditions. But thank you so much.